Up next is Educator Gabriela Santiago. A fiercely creative self-starter with a focus on education, Gabriela Santiago develops pedagogical programming that weaves together a network of interdisciplinary resources to make learning engaging, accessible, and relevant. Evidence that meaningful experiences have enduring effects. A certified EC12 career educator, Gabriela has designed and facilitated inquiry-based classroom and museum curriculum, out-of-school programming, and interactive public works for all ages. Today, she is wrapping up a wonderful school year at Lamar Elementary. Outside of her artist/educator habits, Gabriela is always looking for an excuse to spend time on a Texas river with her pup, Turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriela Santiago.
Right. So tomorrow is graduation day for my students at Lamar Elementary. So my PechaKucha tonight will be addressed to them. I'm ready. If y'all didn't already know it, being a teacher takes a lot of heart. I stepped out of teaching to work in museums and organize events, but after a while, I got an aching to go back into the classroom. I got really lucky and landed a job as your sixth grade reading teacher. The minute it was official, I started asking everyone I knew about their sixth grade experience. It went something like this. What do you remember about sixth grade? Oh, you don't remember sixth grade? Really? Nothing? At all? Can't even remember your teachers' faces? Oh, you owned a pair of Doc Martens? Okay. Do you remember anything you read? Yeah, you definitely would have been reading by then. Nope, can't remember what, but you remember reading Hatchet in the fourth grade? Great, I thought. I was going to be teaching the least memorable year of anyone's life. Honestly, I had a hard time remembering anything from sixth grade either. After some intense mental digging, I'll tell you what I do remember from that time in my life. I remember everything I suddenly needed, was off limits. My Puerto Rican mother said, no boys, you're too young. Nail polish is trashy. Razors, I don't care if everyone else is doing it. Sleepovers, you have your own bed. Thumb rings, because I said so. TV shows after 5 p.m. are for adults. And especially, much to my heart's dismay, no shopping at the Limited too. The truth is, although any hope of being popular was squashed, I was busy being an oldest sister. I had a lot of responsibility, and look at these guys. They needed some serious guidance. That woman is my mother, a master of building character through the art of saying no, guru of the go ahead, try me glare, and the most passionate educator I've known. She inherited that glare from my abuela. This, her 96th birthday via Zoom. Look at her. She is a boss. Before anyone, my grandmother saw me, a dreamer, a bit of a distracted child. So over and over she told me, Gabriela, first finish your education. Entonces puedes hacer otras cosas. ¿Estás escuchando? Are you listening to me? My grandmother did something unthinkable for a young Puerto Rican woman in the 1940s. She left the island for an American education. She studied math and science, earning a degree in both. This experience shaped my entire family and her devotion to securing a quality education for us. So I did my best to make her proud, and after studying art in college, chose to become a teacher, like her. I teach because a great education can set you on a path to choose the life you want to live, to have control of your future, and you deserve that choice. That being said, how was I going to anchor our learning so it meant more than a coveted pair of sneakers or a favorite hooded sweater? Then it hit me. The Giver. That's what I had read in sixth grade. I don't even remember what the story was about, but I remember I had a visceral reaction to it. I hated it. The point is, The Giver made me feel things I had never felt before and think about the world in a way I had never done. This, I thought, would be the foundation of our classroom. The literature would become our shared experience, and by reading alongside one another, we would cultivate safe and fertile ground for exploring our identities. Our conversations would launch from our reactions to stories, articles, interviews, poetry, and more poetry. Sometimes you'd hate it, and I would secretly love that you hated it. Our year started with a trip to the rock climbing gym, and we considered our experience a metaphor for the learning that was ahead of us. It's not about getting to the top on the first try. It's about setting small goals to get there eventually. No one can climb to the top for you, but we can encourage you and give you advice along the way. Uncertainty can be scary. Not ready to take a risk? It's okay to step back and try again later. Together, we created a learning sanctuary. a place we could push the world aside and focus on bettering ourselves, committing to always focus on growth and mindfully becoming independent thinkers and doers. It was paying off. You were on the path to victory. By our middle of year exams, every single one of you proved to be exceeding every expectation the district had for you. Then the news came. Our classroom was closed. My heart sank. Me and Miss Correa called each other immediately. We were so worried about you. And what about what we had built? Our collaborative classroom? What about our stand and deliver moment? After months of discussing figurative language and making connections across text and challenging key ideas and finding text evidence to support your thinking, you were all bound to explode expectations on the STAR exam. But most importantly, what about your future? The ability to choose the life you wanted to live because of the investment you were making in your education, in our education system. As teachers, we push and push and push you because we see the incredible potential in every single one of you. We're afraid if we don't push with all our might, you might let yourself down because you haven't realized the potential that's inside of you. So we take it upon ourselves to nurture that potential for you, hoping that one day you'll see it for yourself. Once the stay-at-home order was in place, the district jumped to attention, making sure families were fed and had the resources they needed to begin online learning. Teachers frantically called families to make sure they were taken care of, and then us teachers dove headfirst into, well, the internet. When the day came for us to begin online classes, I was ready. It's my job. I had to be ready. But when you showed up that day, not only did you give me hope, you made history. Let that sink in. You, my dear friends, are the history makers. On that day, you reminded me it's not our education system, it is your education system. I showed up because I know the work I do is important to me, and you showed up. And it was clear that you believe in the value of education and that you believe in your own potential. So now I'm going to ask you a very big question. What do you want the future of education to look like? At this moment, you have a unique chance to redesign the system. At this moment in time, you have the power to change the way kids learn forever. You deserve an amazing education, and so do all the kids that are following after you. You have a responsibility to speak up. You are old enough, and you are definitely smart enough. You have great ideas. Share them with school leaders, teachers, your peers. You are the key to making this whole system work. So we need to hear your voices more now than ever. Don't let us down. Keep showing up. You are the future. Show us the way.
Oops. That was supposed to be the horn. There we go. That was awesome. Really moving graduation ceremony.
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah. This is like the beginning of it all. And the way to do it. Are you getting some good reactions from your students?
They are on a different Zoom next to me. Yeah, I'm getting some X's with D's, which I think those are smiles. I'm still getting used to this whole thing.
Digital lingo. Very, very wide smiles because you are a wonderful mentor. And this is a very excellent way to send them off into the summertime. What can everybody expect moving into the school year next year?
Well, I think we're all trying to figure that out right now. We have some plans, but really it's going to take a lot of collaboration between parents, the district, the community, I think. But we are having open conversations about how to make it safe and doable for everyone. I know, speaking as a teacher, I think we are ready to see our students in person again.
I can only imagine. Well, thank you for sharing this wonderful presentation with us, and good luck at the graduation ceremony tomorrow and moving forward.
Oh my God, I forgot the most important part. I finished too early. The last thing I want to say to my students is congratulations. We are all so proud of you. That's all.
We're all very proud of you. In this time where you had to learn on the computer a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Gabriela Santiago.